Pray always with faith and hope for your need. Hi viewers, a happy day to all of you. Today in this video, I am going to discuss about transitive and intransitive verbs. Transit, what does the verb transit means? Transit means to take some people from one place to another or to pass over, to pass through from someone to something. So the same way, this type of verbs must be differentiated in our usage. Most of us sometimes suffer in identifying transitive and intransitive verbs. So make use of this video and learn it. First of all, what is a verb? A verb is a word which describes an action, a being, or state. So, a verb is a word which describes an action, or being, or state. It is the most important word in a sentence. So, without verb, there is no sentence. Okay, so verb is must in a sentence. For example, he is studying for the exam now. So it is an action. Is studying, it is an action. It is in present continuous tense. Second one, this student does his work properly. So it is a state. Third one, I am a student. So it is a being. He is the best player in the team. It is also a being. So an action, a verb is an action which describes an action, a state, or a being. Okay, I hope it is very clear when you compare with the definition of a verb. Okay, now let us go to the topic. What are transitive verbs? A transitive verb is a verb that indicates an action which passes over from the subject, that is the doer, to an object. So subject is the doer of an action. Subject is the doer of an action. So a transitive verb is a verb that indicates or denotes or signifies or notifies an action which passes over from the subject. So சப்ஜெக்ட்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஆக்ஷன் வந்து சப்ஜெக்ட்ல இருந்து ஆப்ஜெக்ட் பாஸ் ஆகி வந்தா when it passes over, it is called a transitive verb. For example, my brother presented a gift to his friend. Here, my brother is the subject. He is the doer of the subject. Presented is a verb. A gift, it is an object. To his friend, it is also an object. Okay. So, a gift is an indirect object. To his friend is the direct object. So, presentation, presented, it is a verb. So, this verb passes from the, this action passes from the subject to the object. Okay. Second example, I like to buy this type of ball from this shop. Okay, here like is the verb, I is the subject. To buy this type of ball from this shop, it is an object. Okay, so here also if you see the verb, that is the action, passes over the subject to the object. Okay, therefore this type of actions, when it transits in a sentence, when it is used in a sentence, these verbs are called transitive verbs. Okay, now what are intransitive verbs? An intransitive verb is a verb that indicates an action which does not pass over to an object. So object பாஸ் ஓவர் ஆகாமல் அந்த ஆக்ஷன் சப்ஜெக்டோட லிமிட் ஆகுச்சுன்னா அது வந்து என்ன, அது இன்ட்ரான்சிட்டிவ் வேர்ப்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ ஹியர் இஃப் யூ சி தி ஆக்ஷன் வில் லிமிட் இட்ஸ் அப் டு தி சப்ஜெக்ட், த டூவர் ஆஃப் தி ஆக்ஷன். ஓகே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ், த பேபி இஸ் ஸ்லீப்பிங் நைஸ்லி. So here if you see, sleeping is an action. The subject is baby. We are talking about the baby's action as some good one. There is no another person's intervene. Okay, nobody has intervened. No object has been intervened. Okay. The second one, this house is built beautifully. Is built is an action. Okay, beautifully, so we are only talking about the subject. So here in these two cases, the action limits itself to the subject, no passing over to an object. Okay, so learn transitive and intransitive verbs. Try to identify, differentiate between these two verbs with the examples I have given you. Okay, here I have given you some hints. For example, the following verbs are not used transitively. So these verbs we cannot use as a transitive verbs. For example, come, go, fall, die, sleep, lie. So these six verbs we cannot use because these actions cannot be done to anything. We cannot do this action to somebody else or something or some place, because this action can be only limits itself to the doer. Okay, so once again, transitive means passing over. It does demand objects, so object is must for transitive. Intransitive means not passing over, so it does not require an object to act upon. So no object is required for an intransitive verb. Okay, so thank you, have a good day, enjoy it.